Good afternoon. This afternoon we have Captain Rahul Bali, a very celebrated producer from India. He's on a visit to New Zealand. Welcome, Rahul sir. Should I call you Captain or should I call you Rahul ji? Should I call you Rahul?
First of all, thank you very much for sparing time and talking to me. And you can call me whatever you feel like. You can call me Rahul. It actually sounds much better because it gives the feeling of being close. So I would request.
Maybe we'll call you Rahul ji because the press has called you that you are a man from guns to reels. You've come. That is what the press calls you. Rahul ji, thank you for talking to us. Please tell us, while we welcome you to New Zealand, what actually has brought you here? Do you have any plans in New Zealand?
That's a very, very relevant question, sir. See, I've been curating festivals across the globe for the last about 12 years now, wherein the whole objective of this festival is to spread the fragrance of India in the countries where we do the festival.
Right.
And through this festival, bringing nations together.
What is the festival called?
It is called the Namaste Festival.
Okay.
Initially, I used to call it the Indian Film Festival.
Right.
But of late, we have converted into Namaste because Namaste, sounds more relevant.
So, what will you have in this festival? Would you have films? Would you have Indian costumes, Indian cuisine? What is it that you will have?
So, Namaste Festival in itself is a very, very special festival, and it is one of its kind because, as I call it, it is the confluence of culture and commerce.
Right.
So this is one of the very few festivals, I would not say the only festival, but it's very, very few festivals which actually combine both culture and commerce.
Right.
Because I firmly believe that cultural cooperation always leads to commercial cooperation.
Right.
And the best icebreaker between any two individuals, two organizations, or even two nations is culture. Once we are having the culture sorted, we can come closer, and nothing brings more closer. I mean, individuals, companies, organizations, and even nations, nothing brings them closer, more than culture.
So we have seen in the last 2 or 3 years, the Indian community is very active. It dates back to the late 1800s since the arrival of Indian community here. In the last year or so, we have seen the culture of almost every state of India here, including Bihar, Jharkhand, you name the state, most of them, even Assamese are there. So culturally, I think your festival will have a lot of interest from our communities. New Zealand also conducts film festivals. In the past 4 or 5 years, at least 2 Indian films have been shown in the film festivals. So the festival that you're thinking of, Namaste Festival, when is it likely to be held and what would it contain?
So we are planning to do it in the month of April, immediately after Easter. The festival will start on the 8th of April. We are going to have a grand opening ceremony. After that, so let me tell you what are the tenets of the festival. We are going to have different delegations coming in. First will be the film delegation, which will be essentially comprising of film producers, film directors, actors.
Have you decided the names of any of them?
No, not right now, because this is my trip. I wanted to first have a feel of it, and immediately I go back.
Right.
We've been able to decide the dates, and now that when the dates are done, now I will go back because the first thing is the dates. I have to see the availability. So now that we have the dates, now that is the time when I go back to Mumbai and I speak to all of them and I tell them that how beautiful New Zealand is, and now they should come here.
Right.
So the first delegation is the film delegation.
Right.
The second delegation is a fashion delegation. We are going to have a India New Zealand fashion extravaganza, which essentially is going to have some top designers from India showcasing their designs, supermodels of India coming, a brilliant choreographer choreographing the whole show. And this is not going to be an Indian fashion show. That is why I call it India New Zealand, because we are going to have a couple of Maori designers and a Kiwi designer. They are going to showcase, and Maori and Kiwi models. So we're going to do a fusion thing wherein they wear our dresses and our models wear theirs, and it's a fusion thing.
Right.
So that's going to be the second delegation. The third delegation is going to be railway delegation. So KiwiRail and New Zealand Rail are now planning to upgrade the whole railway system
In New Zealand.
in New Zealand.
Okay.
And India has proved, itself in
Yes.
railways. We are the biggest rail network in the world today.
Absolutely.
And we are not talking of only laying railway lines. We are talking of advanced technologies like AI, digitizations, Kavach, sensor technologies, things like that.
I think Iraqi railway was largely built by India.
Absolutely. And not only Iraqi. Today, if you see, once these companies come, they will give a presentation that almost all big railways
Metros
in the world, metros have been built by Indians.
Right.
So today we are considered as one of the pioneers and one of the leaders in the railway networks. So we are going to get a very high profile railway delegation, which will be companies who are working in the railway sector in India, which are multinational companies.
Right.
And we are going to get their top guys, the decision makers, who will also come with open mind of actually being able to invest, if required, in the New Zealand rail and improve the infrastructure.
I see.
The fourth one is going to be the tourism delegation. We're going to get some top tour companies from India
Right.
who are going to see New Zealand and going to place them as the next best destination for destination weddings, for mice, for holidays, vacations, things like that. And the good part is that all these delegations who come, they will not only come and attend the seminars, we are also going to have MOUs being signed between the two sides so that we are not only talking, we are actually putting talk into action.
So will you bring state tourism corporations as well?
No, because we will be bringing private tour companies who are the ones
right.
who are actually going to send in the tourists.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because state government has their own red
But
tape. is,
commercially oriented,
So
yeah.
we are talking that direct. We want to just be there and we want to just start doing action. Enough of talks. So I want to hit the ground running. Then of course the icing on the cake is a big musical concert. I know a lot of musical concerts are already happening in New Zealand,
Yeah.
given the diaspora, the size of diaspora in Auckland, which is very heartening to know. But we want, so I've just gone around, I've been here only for a couple of days now, but I have been very, happy, and I'm very thankful to Dr. Sethi, who has actually been facilitating
He is
the
our
whole
most
thing.
dynamic diplomat here.
I think by far he is the best diplomat the country has to offer today.
I agree.
I have had the good fortune of working with him very closely in Vietnam. We have done the
I
Namaste
love
Vietnam
Vietnam.
Festival
Yeah.
for 3 consecutive years under his dynamic guidance. And now, as we're talking of Vietnam, so I'm just digressing a little, and I want to really put it on record that, see, when I did the first festival in Vietnam in the year 2022, which was immediately after COVID,
Right.
there was one flight going from India to Vietnam, and that was a weekly flight, not a daily flight. So
Yeah.
once a week they were flying. Now, I would only say one thing which will actually say it all, that what Namaste Vietnam Festival can do to a country, and essentially what Dr. Sethi can do, what I'm trying to say
Right.
is, today we have 4 airlines flying more than 8 flights daily
My God.
from
Okay.
India to Vietnam, and the icing on the cake is that you don't get tickets. It's all sold out.
Is it a direct flight?
Direct flight from 4 different cities in India to
So
4 different cities.
maybe your festival will bring the motion that there should be a flight, direct flight
Absolutely,
from
we are already
India and New
we had
Zealand.
the so Dr. Sethi and me, we met up with the minister for Maori, minister Mr.
Tamaki.
Tama Potaka.
Yeah, Potaka,
and
from
we-
Hamilton, yes.
Yeah, from Hamilton, and he hosted us for lunch, and he was very excited, and we were talking about the flight, and he said that I'm so looking forward because
I think you
for
should
the
also meet, if possible, Mr. Nikhil Ravishankar. The irony is that he is the chief executive of New Zealand, Air New Zealand, and the chief executive of Air India is Campbell Wilson, who is a New Zealander.
Oh wow! I think this is great news, because this is what the Namaste New Zealand Festival is all about.
Yes.
So I need to quote this everywhere possible. I'll now, please allow me to quote this everywhere.
Absolutely.
That the friendship has already started.
Yeah.
We have a Kiwi CEO of Air India and an Indian CEO of Air New
Air
Zealand.
New Zealand.
So what else could
Yeah.
be? This is the first
Sir,
Namaste New Zealand.
You said you will have film festival, fashion festival,
Railway seminar
then
and tourism seminar.
tourism, yeah,
And a
and of
musical
course there will
concert.
be cuisine and
Absolutely. That goes without it. Without food, we don't work.
yeah, we will extend all our cooperation to you. There are two things that I want to request you to consider when you bring these delegates. One is when you bring the fashion festival, please try and bring in exporters because New Zealand requires Indian textiles.
Okay.
You will find it only in a few Indian shops here because our textiles, I believe, are the best in the world.
Okay.
And if they can come into the market, and there are some large multinational stores here, if they can start marketing, selling Indian textiles, I think New Zealanders deserve. That's number one, sir. The second one is your railway festival. When you're dealing with Indian Railways as well as KiwiRail, please put a proposal to do a metro in Auckland because this proposal has been continuously shot down because people don't realize the probability, because India can certainly build a metro covering the whole of Auckland. It will solve all our transport problems. If that can come, I think your festival would have achieved something fascinating.
See, sir, you actually hit the hammer on the nail, as they say, because these are actually the objectives that we are looking at. And I'm so glad that you actually, brought these points out. Because I was about to talk about this, that this is exactly why we are bringing the fashion, and that is exactly why we are
I
bringing
would
the railways.
promote it as even a purely private entity because Auckland Council will tell you they don't have enough funds. But there will be a fee on metro. Any company that comes in can take for the next 5 years all the fee and construct it.
So that's exactly my point. That's why I told you that all these railway companies, the biggies, the giants I'm
Yes,
getting,
yes.
they are capable of putting in a couple of $1 million, and they are coming with an open mind, and they are very, very clear that if they find that there is potential, like you rightly said, that there is a huge potential for metro. So these guys they have got the capability and the intent both. So anything which has the intent and the capability, it goes through. So
I
these
hope
guys,
Rahul ji brings in such an enterprise. You would have achieved. Anything else, sir, before we close this
so
interview?
the final words I would like to say, see, I'm a filmmaker, and you rightly said that back in India, there are a lot of news articles. They keep calling, the article says from guns to glamour. And I would like to use this platform and tell everyone that, I'm very, very blessed and happy to tell you and proud that our film, which we shot in Vietnam, called Love in Vietnam.
Yeah.
I'm right now coming from Seoul, South Korea. We have yet again, this is a historic film because the first ever India-Vietnam collaboration film.
Yes.
So I would say that we have created another history. We are the first film, Love in Vietnam is the first film in the history to actually win Best Film Asian Film at the Seoul Global Movie Awards.
Right. Yeah.
So we've done that, and we are very, very thankful to the people that we won that award. Taking it further from there, my ultimate aim of doing this festival, which is the icebreaker, of course we want to make it an annual event. With Dr. Sethi being here, things are going to change, as I said, this big time, because he's a very, very proactive and very progressive man. He knows how to get things done. The ultimate aim is to actually produce a good film here, which has been the desire for a very long time, because I've been hearing about New Zealand. It's my first time in New Zealand, and I had been hearing, I think the last mainstream film made was some 25 years ago, which was called Kaho Na Pyar Hai, and that also was a Hindi film.
Correct.
It was not a collaboration film. Now what I specialize is international films. Of course they are commercial films released in theaters, but they are a different genre, which are international love stories. So I am here. The first step is, of course, Namaste New Zealand, but the ultimate step is a film which is a love story based in New Zealand, which is going to cover the Maoris, the Kiwis, and the Indians. And how do so I'm looking at stories, because I believe that when you go around, stories are all around you.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at stories, and with God's grace and your blessings and love of people of New Zealand and India, very soon I think I will be sitting in front of you and announcing the first ever India-New Zealand collaboration.
Fantastic, sir. On that score, I wish you all the best, and once again tell you of our support, and we pledge our support and assistance to you. And we would like to welcome you once again, and we look forward to seeing you in April next year when you bring this festival. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaste.
Ready?